This is how we approach leadership and management. This allows you to actually be very agile and very, very adaptable to change, which, as we all know, is not a bad thing to be able to do in 2010. The other way where we're very collective is how we approach the creative process. So at Sid Lee, we're saying that there's no star, there are many stars at Sid Lee. By meaning that there's no star, we don't have that big Don Draper type of like creative figurehead. Why is that? Maybe we were not lucky and we never like crossed this path. Or maybe we actually tried putting it in our system and it did not work out. But this question is irrelevant, because the main reason is that we do not have a creative directors that oversee a traditional duo of copywriter and an art director. Instead of using this duo, we use sextet. So here's an example of how this sextet works. Putting people from different skill set all together for work for a little while on a specific project. Question becomes, how do you make this work in a real way? The way to make it work is actually driven by a simple three-line motto that we have. Meaning that collectively we dump, individually we flush, never one without the other. The first line of collectively we dump means that even though we come from different backgrounds and disciplines, when we're in that room trying to find the nugget, we're all equals. Work experience rarely matters at that point, and we do not have the creative leader that tells the other what to do. What we call the dumper that never flushes. The second line, which is basically individually we flush, is although we work as a unit and as a group, we respect and we recognize each other's different craftsmanship and skill set that we have to better flesh out the different part of the puzzle that we're all putting together. And the last thing is basically never one without the other, is actually a recap of these first nine. Meaning that we do not simply propose stuff, we do not simply do stuff, we do the stuff that we propose. And the stuff that we propose is also done in a collective sitting. The workspace that we have is very much driven by the same word, which is collective. Here's a few pictures of one of our offices, which is the Amsterdam one. But people from all our offices actually come there. It's a collective space, meaning that people from Paris and Amsterdam, Paris and Montreal actually come to go spend a few months in there. Why we're able actually doing this and exchanging talent from one office to the other is because we also have a collective P&L, which allows us to actually shift talent depending on the needs of the products that are happening right now. It's very funny, though, because the beauty of having this collective workspace or this temporary workspace for certain of these employees is seeing the people from Montreal that are leaving Montreal in January when there's a lot of snow, and they arrive in Amsterdam, and they see basically that it rains all the time. The other thing that we do that it's very collective is that we have a own in-house creative incubator that we actually provide a platform to all of our staffers to actually share their discovery that they have. Either it's writing a cooking book, doing a photography exhibit, or actually doing strawberry jams, as you're able to see on this picture. This is something that we have, and we use it in our space to actually share this. The other way that it's collective is that we share it with other emerging talents and emerging brands. The emerging talents that we're sharing it are basically artists from everywhere. In this sense, we had Nate Williams, an artist from Argentina, coming over, put some drawings on the wall, or having Joe Olbrook that's doing our hard work. Also doing it with brand, Portland-based Stumptown is actually having a pop-up shop right now there. And the last thing, I think, regarding the collective aspect that we have is basically the space is open to public, so we share it. We're taking the cliche of advertising of work hard, play hard, but adding the word together to it. So these are only three manifestations of being collective, and they feed off against each other, and there's a gazillion if you were to actually experience Sid Lee. But probably the best one of all of it is, at the end, is the saying with collective is the more the merrier. Because at the end of the day, at Sid Lee, we're all just a bunch of suits and clowns that just want to produce great work and have fun while doing it. Thank you.
So you can see why we got fascinated